Body bags were horror lies.
Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome to week 3 here on Body Bags. I'm your host Moodz616 and thank you once again for joining us here. Alrighty, so this week I am so happy that I finally got to view this film. Finally got it in. I remember when this film first came out in 2007. There was so much hype about it and I just never picked it up. And I finally got a copy of it and finally watched it, and that is Black Devil Doll. Like I said, released in 2007. This is a really short movie. It only runs about 73 minutes. 63 before the credits start. There's like kind of like a little skit thing at the end of the film. And if you know anything about this film, you know exactly what it is all about. It's basically like a black exploitation slasher, fucking filthy kind of horror film, killer doll film. It's got pretty much everything in there. Getting into the plot of this one. The movie basically starts out with this character named Heather. She is sitting at home one night, fucking around with this Ouija board, asking all types of questions. She starts giving her friends a call because she's bored and shit like that. She continues to fuck around with this Ouija board, and she basically conjures up this recently executed Black Panther serial killer named Moomba. And basically, he like comes to life through this Ouija board, and he's like this Black Devil doll. Because he was just recently executed, like right at 12 o'clock, right when she was fucking around with this Ouija board, and he just all of a sudden is like appears in her living room as this Black Devil doll. And the weird thing is that they kind of start this relationship. He's a filthy talking racist doll, calling her, fucking honky and cracker and shit like that, dropping M-bombs every 2 minutes. Every word is bitch and hoe. It's just fucking outrageously hilarious. But the weirdest thing is that he starts like a relationship with Heather, and like not even 15 minutes into the movie, there's like this fucking hilarious montage of them like, fucking and, having picnics in the park, and they, swinging on the swings in the park and shit like that, going down slides. It's fucking hilarious, man. And so anyways, they continue this relationship and whatnot. And of course, one day he says to her, he's like, you need to fucking invite some friends over and shit like that, but you need to get the fuck out of the house, and I'll give you a signal, and you can come back when I'm done, or blah blah blah. And she doesn't really question it and shit like that. So one night she invites like 4 of her closest white honky cracker friends over, and she takes off to McDonald's to go get a Big Mac and shit like that. And then that's when the fun begins. Because of course the Black Devil doll is like a serial rapist, fucking killer, and that's basically what he wants to do. He wants to kill these girls and fuck their dead bodies and shit like that. So, but yeah, anyways, that's the plot of the film right there. Like I said, it runs about 63 minutes, the actual film, so it gets into shit really quick in this one. My thoughts on this movie. Now, if you are easily offended by, multiple N-bombs and just racial remarks, if you're white and you don't like being called a cracker or a honky, probably stay clear of this one, because there is multiple, fucking racial slurs in this film. Just ridiculous dialogue throughout the whole thing. It's fucking funny. Like, you can't take this serious at all. I mean, if you take this shit serious, you're a fucking idiot. Because this shit is funny as hell. But yeah, it's got a really, really funky soundtrack. It's got that black exploitation kind of, bass-driven songs in there. And of course, it's got this really funny-ass fucking rap song in it, too. About, shaking your ass and shit. And it's got this really funny montage when the girls first show up at the house. And they're washing this car, and there's just multiple fucking nude scenes in this film. And shit like that. But, it goes good with the music and stuff. And, but what can I say though? Like, once the Black Killer doll starts fucking killing off the girls, like, it's just so ridiculous. Like, he's literally, he kills them and then fucks their dead bodies and shit like that. Which I just think is it's just demonic and just twisted and shit like that. And, I mean, it's not overly gory. It's got some pretty good blood and stuff in there. But, it's a very low-budget film. But, what keeps you interested is just the fucking intensity of the racist remarks and stuff. It's just fucking hilarious, man. I just find it so funny. There's not really a whole lot to say about this. It just runs so short, The end of the movie is just absolutely ridiculous. It's so fucking ridiculous, man. I mean, for the people out there watching this review that's seen this movie, you know what I'm talking about. The end of the movie is just, it's pretty laughable. But overall, I thought they did a good job with the Black Devil doll himself. The doll looked cool. Looked very cool, actually. Did a good job with it. And, that's pretty much what you want from a killer doll movie. You don't want the doll to be, overly shitty or even CGI'd or any of that bullshit. Everything's all practical in this film. And, there's not really a whole lot to say. I will touch on the acting. The acting is fucking horrible in this film. The lead actress, Heather, she's pretty fucking bad. All of her friends are just really bad. With that said, if you're into, these type of exploitation films and you don't take, racist shit to heart, don't take it too serious, this one you might really enjoy. There's lots of fucking titties in this film. Lots of fucking nudity. For a 63-minute film, there's pretty much tits on the screen the entire film. I don't really know what else to say. If I had to rate this film, I don't even know how to rate this film. For the entertainment value, it's pretty high. It's definitely keeps you right in there. It's funny throughout the entire movie. Like I said, the soundtrack is funky. I don't know. I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 kind of thing. It's hard to rate it. It's not a great film, but it's pretty well done for what it is. I will say that. So, yeah. Right on the front it says, warning, this film offends everybody. I don't know if that's entirely true. I wasn't offended. I had myself it had me laughing throughout the entire film. I don't get offended by racist comments and shit. It doesn't bother me one bit. So, but you know what? I do recommend this, man. Especially if you like exploitation. Fucking check it out. So, Black Devil doll. A Black Panther serial rapist killer doll film. Exploitation film. That one's for you right there. Great film. So anyways, week 3 here on Body Bags. I am your host, Moodz616, of course. And remember, this is where horror lies. Peace.